Probably asking yourself, what is celiac disease? I asked myself the same thing when my 3-year-old was diagnosed with it 2 years ago. At the time, he had swallowed some pebbles from his daycare, and he was having chronic diarrhea and abdominal pains. Worried that the pebbles were obstructing his intestinal tract, I took him to the doctor. After x-rays and numerous consultations, we were sent to an expert who decided to put him under and conduct an endoscopy. When the doctor came back, he said that the pebbles had passed, but there's some unusual scarring on the intestinal tract, and said it may be caused by celiac disease. Well, not knowing what that was, my wife and I had done some research, and this is what we found out. Celiac disease, also known as celiac sprue, non-tropic sprue, and gluten-sensitive endotropy, is an inherited autoimmune disease, meaning it causes the body's immune system to attack the body. It is caused by the consumption of the protein gluten, which is found in products such as bread, breading, pasta, cookies, and other foods containing wheat, barley, or rye. If a person with celiac disease consumes gluten, the immune system attacks the figure-like villi of the small intestines. When this happens, the body is no longer able to absorb nutrients, and this leads to malnutrition. The symptoms of celiac are as varied as the people it affects. The reason for this are the length of time the person is breastfed, age in which they start eating gluten, the amount of gluten in their diet. Some of the symptoms of celiac disease are abdominal pain, constipation, anemia, and seizures, to name a few. Some people may never experience any symptoms but develop complications over time. People with celiac disease tend to have other diseases that attack the immune system of the body. They include type 1 diabetes, autoimmune thyroid and liver disease, and rheumatoid arthritis. Diagnosing celiac can be difficult because the symptoms are so varied and so similar to other diseases that it is easy to get confused. Testing can be done with a blood test to look for higher normal levels of certain antibodies. Another way is to do an endoscopy, where the doctor will take a biopsy of the intestinal wall for further testing. According to the Foundation for Celiac Awareness, 3 million Americans have celiac disease. That's 1 in 133. Of those, 95% are undiagnosed or misdiagnosed with another condition. By comparison, Alzheimer's disease affects approximately 2 million Americans. For those that have been diagnosed, there's a 1 in 22 chance to have a parent, sibling, or child that also has the disease. There's no miracle cure for celiac disease. The only treatment is lifelong gluten-free diet. This does not mean that you have to give up the foods you enjoy. You can still eat meats, fruits, vegetables, and food containing flour or starches made from rice, corn, potatoes, and soy. In 2006, the Food Allergen Labeling and Consumer Protection Act required manufacturers to include common food allergens on their ingredients list. So when it says wheat-free, it is normally safe to eat. Also, specialty food stores will normally cater to people with special needs, providing everyday things like bread and pasta made from other substitutes. Having children with celiac can be a daunting experience. Watching over them, what they eat at all times, to ensure that it's safe for them, while also educating the people around them so they understand about the disease, takes time and patience. The child doesn't understand about diseases or allergies. They just want what everybody else wants. Taking time to do research and finding alternative choices for them will help in the long run. I've learned in the past 2 years to be a better shopper and healthier eater by reviewing ingredients before purchasing the product. And finding gluten-free cookbooks. My son has also learned to do without on some things, but has grown accustomed to his diet. He has also grown into a healthy little boy.